Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of
Advice from Your Besties.
Woo!
And each week we take questions and we'll give you our thoughts and answers. And I think you'll like it. First question. How do you know if you are a good fuck or not?
I don't think you know.
I think that, yeah, I think in your mind you probably always think that you're good. But I think if you're having sex with someone and you just are at the end, you're kind of like, okay, meh. Maybe that's an indication. Or I don't know. I think being selfish is okay. I think if you're having a good time, then I think it's all good. And also it depends on, is this a hookup or is this like your husband? Because that's
Okay. There's something in between it.
Okay.
There is something. Did you mean
like
like a one-off?
I mean, like,
or your regular person?
Yeah, like a one-off or a regular person. You know, there's different things.
I was like, I don't have a fucking husband, so I'm not in this conversation.
I think fuck buddy. Okay, here's the scale: a one-off, your fuck buddy, or your serious long-term person. Let's just drill it down to like 3 basic categories.
Okay,
that's about the spectrum. Like a one-off.
It's just like a random night.
Yeah, a random night. Who cares? You're probably drunk or like high or like a combination of everything. And it's probably like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Right.
And it might be, it might not be. You don't know.
You might not. Yeah.
Might not be. And there's a fuck buddy where like, you know, you're like your regular person. You call up from time to time. I feel like that's a good indication because if they keep coming back, then you must be at least decent. Right.
Or what I'm realizing. So I'm going to go on the record and say I might not be great.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. I'm starting to catch a whiff of it. And I'm realizing that I'm not as like comfortable in my own skin as I thought I was.
Oh.
I'm squirmy. Like I can't just fucking settle. Like if we were to like cuddle,
squirmy is like literally the perfect description of you.
Like if we were to cuddle at the end,
yeah. You're like always moving. It's like stop.
No,
moving.
and I can't.
Like stop.
And
can't just like lay there.
Trying to no, that's exactly when I get all like, and then when it's like, sit still, just sit still for a second, and you're like, I can't. So I guess, yeah. So I've started running lately, and I'm strengthening. What is it underneath? I think they're your Kegels, your core.
Yeah, I mean you're strengthening your legs all around. Some booty, yeah, some core.
So I'm not asking about the legs or the booty. I'm talking about the innards.
Oh.
I said Kegels. Those are on the inside.
I guess so. No, Kegels is an exercise.
Oh, but like for what? For your pelvic floor.
Pelvic floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The insides. I'm not talking about my legs or my ass. We're not at the gym. I'm saying like, can you actually feel it?
Your inside strengthening?
Yeah.
While you're running?
As a result of running, my insides are being strengthened.
Okay.
Then parlay that into sex.
Okay.
Are you able to like contract?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I never really tried to contract.
You're not any better at it than I am.
Should I be trying to contract?
Yes.
While I'm having sex?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because it makes it better. And then you can add an element to it.
I guess like, when am I doing this?
While you're being penetrated.
I guess maybe from certain angles. But
you use the pelvic tilt and at the same time.
And some clenching at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I would say only like certain spots, certain positions.
Yeah,
I clench it together.
Like to be able to use that in your repertoire of things.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm lazy. I'm definitely not doing that most of the time. Is that the indicator whether you do it or not? That's whether you're good or not?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more
criteria.
More criteria than that. More bullet points to the list. I feel like that's just like one trick.
It's not a trick. It's not a fucking trick. It's the opposite of a trick. It is like,
does it make you orgasm faster or the other person? Or both?
Both.
Okay.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like I'll have to think about it next time.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot more thought to be put into it rather than just being a receptacle, like a
Oh,
hole.
I'm definitely a receptacle.
And I was like, I don't want to be a hole. And necessarily, like up until that moment, I think I just thought like you just kind of like body dance essentially, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like on top. And then you're just like, that's it. But that wasn't, it can be enhanced even more so.
Oh. I also feel like you are just having sex for like the first time in years, and you're like, there's so many things going on. You're like an 18-year-old virgin.
I am like an 18-year-old virgin.
You're like, did you know? like every time you're like, did you know that the penis goes into the vagina? Did you know that? Did you
No,
know
that's not what it's like.
It's not, but like, it's not like that.
Give
but
a more accurate response.
it's giving the essence of that. Of like,
it's not like more like, it's more like, it's what I should be, if I'm honest, what I should be saying is, I didn't know. That's what I should be saying. But,
yeah.
but out of habit, it's more like, did you know this? You're like, yeah, I have been having sex a long time.
A long time. Most days of the week. I feel like even like this morning, my husband, he's not feeling well. And he's like still trying to have sex with me. I was like, I thought you weren't feeling well. He's like, well, this will make me feel better. I'm like, all right. Fine. I know.
I was given the opportunity to be like, hey, let's explore. Okay, cool. I felt safe. I do feel safe and like, fine, I'm going to fucking take this opportunity. I brought in music. I listened to a song.
Radiohead. I don't even know what song you're talking about, but the fact that it's Radiohead, I'm like, ew.
I know. Of course you are.
Yeah.
I said that. I said it.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to. And I felt like I was in high school. And it was fucking awesome. I loved it. What are the chances of you having sex to music? Wow.
I literally can't believe there's never any music on or
It's always ESPN. And it makes me...
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't believe you stood for that for so long.
I know.
I should say you took it laying down.
Ha! You took it on your back.
Took it on your back.
Here's the thing. I never really had anything to like replace it with. Do
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want silence.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Ew.
No.
So I never really had the courage to be like, I want to listen to this song.
Did you just put on repeat over and over?
No,
and
it turned into like Radiohead radio.
Oh, okay. When he asked you like, oh, like, let's try something new. Let's explore. I thought you were going to say like, let's pull out some whips and chains. I was like, music? I'm like, that's the most tame thing I've ever heard you say about this whole situation.
I know.
You're like, it's wild. I asked for Radiohead.
I asked for head. No, and the thing is, I know.
Yeah.
But I was like, what do I really want? I really want to hear I Love You and radio, like music, right? Like the songs that just like kind of really land.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's where I'd like to start. Like I wouldn't be talking about it this morning if it was like whips and chains last night.
Oh.
It just, you know, when you're in improv and you're like trying to keep the convo going, there's nowhere to go.
After you break out the whips and chains?
After your whips and chains, that's it. It's like, okay, the end. With music, you're like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, there's so much to talk about when, like, 16-year-old me is using the radio to get a good time. But it wasn't so much. It was like a solo dance party.
Oh.
And it was very dark.
Oh.
And I was like, this is too dark. He's like, okay. He just said, I'm like, okay. Those blackout shades are so black. So then, yeah, I don't know. I felt like I used him. Is that bad?
That's not bad.
I used the fuck out of him.
I feel like he probably liked it.
Did he?
Yeah. Would he say anything otherwise? Or like,
how would I know? How would I know if he didn't?
I think that he would know because he'd try to like move you around or like he wouldn't.
Oh, and I'm terrible at hand jobs and blow jobs.
Oh,
I'm the worst.
Okay. Hand jobs are like, that's just like a time, like that's a space filler. You know, that's a space filler. That's like
baby's breath.
Yeah. It's the baby's breath of the bouquet. Blowjob. That's the roses. You really gotta like make sure those are good.
I don't know how to do it.
Well, that's because you have a gag reflex.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No,
Are you sure?
Maybe.
I think you do, because you can't even swallow like a tiny little pill.
No, I can't.
No.
But under these circumstances, speaking of which, no, not the blowjob that's in my pocket, but the pills that I have to take.
Okay, so yeah, like the baby's breath, whatever, that's fine. Just a little like meh. But yeah, you definitely have to master a blowjob.
I don't know how to do that this many
years in.
years in.
But really, you're not that many years in.
That's pretty funny.
So I think if he thought that you were like being selfish or
I
like
apologize.
doing your own thing,
I was.
okay. But I think that he gets off on you having a good time.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Do I
So
reach out
that's-
today?
Nah.
No, right?
No. Don't say anything.
I'm getting good about like, wait, let me think that one through. No.
No.
I think a good rule of thumb is never do anything.
Don't do anything.
Ever.
Not until the next time when you're ready to meet up again. Then start talking again.
Yeah.
That's it. So I think as long as he was having a good time watching you have a good time, and he was still enjoying it, so it's totally okay.
I think so. It was different.
Yeah.
That keeps it spicy.
It does.
And speaking of spicy, have you tried the new Starbucks Tahini line?
No.
I tried their spicy lemonade.
How was it?
It was pretty good.
I heard that it was pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Okay.
I had pineapple. The spicy pineapple lemonade.
Is that your new safe word? Spicy pineapple?
Spicy. What do you mean, safe word? You caught me off guard when you said that. What? I don't have a safe word. I don't need one. Where I go, I don't need one. I am the safe word. On my own. Don't stop. It's my safe
Don't stop.
It's my safe word. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, so I don't know if that answered the question or not. Of whether
I
or
don't
not
think you
you're
do.
good.
It's kind of like
I don't think you do. I think in your own mind, you think that you
you're
are
better than you
and
are.
like I know sometimes I'm like, this isn't my best effort. Like I know this, but it's good enough for now.
But how do you know you're good? It's just one person. I mean, I guess that's the only person that you're. But if we're talking, the conversation is, how do you know if you're good? Having one person hype you all the time is not necessarily an indicative of being good at it.
No,
I have no way of knowing.
I think it's relative to the person that you're having sex with, if they think you're good or not.
I know, but the question is, do you know? How do you know if you're good or not?
I think they'd be like, oh my God, that was amazing. That was so good.
Yeah, but don't all guys feel that way?
Not every single time. I don't know.
Do you ever get like, hey, that wasn't your best work, but let's try. Does he ever say that?
No. But he'll be like, oh my God, that was amazing. Or like, that was fucking hot. Or like, blah, blah, blah. So like stuff like that. I don't get that every time because it's not every time. I'm sleeping. Can you like...
Do you think this is... I don't know what to say about this. Is this normal? Is this...
So send us a DM. How do you know if you know that you're good?
Don't send it to Lindsay. I don't want to know. Because this is like...
Send me the cliff notes, you guys. At Dr. Lindsay Regier. Send it to me on Instagram. And I'll pass a message along to Chelsea. So
this is not about me.
This is not, no.
Well, I'm just curious to know, like, I don't think you do know. It's like, do you know how big your ass looks in the mirror behind you?
Don't know.
You don't.
You never know. You never know what the back of your hair looks like.
Oh, I know.
Uh-huh. Another thing you don't know.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of things that we just go through life not knowing, and I just assume that I'm amazing at everything. So that's how I like to live.
I'm learning my diva ways from Lindsay.
Mm-hmm. So make sure to share this episode with your diva friend and follow, like, subscribe, whatever, wherever you get your podcast. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.